Okay, have I got you? Alright, October 27th. And it is 13:30. I have just put on a video last night. Now, because it was so busy yesterday, I had to record it and upload it last night at home. The setting, let me explain the setting. It's a basement with a couch. I mean, there's really not much to say about it. It's a typical basement. It's like what everyone else has, except it has big computer, bunch of monitors all over the place, my stuff, CDs and DVDs and movies, and not movies, games, video games everywhere. Now, I just want to know if people have questions or have anything to say about the videos. I am pretty open. Although I had gotten a few negative ones from comments I've left before, but then again, I don't really care about those, because those were a long time ago, and for some stupid reason they came back. It's like, really? Okay, and I'm the stupid one? I moved on from that. I don't know about you, but I've got more maturity than you, obviously, so I move on. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm being loud enough, although according to this, yes I am. I have an idea. What if I keep putting these things on, and at some point, whenever someone feels the need to be negative, bring it on. If you want to be, give me advice, I'm open. Because to tell you the truth, I'm not new to this internet thing. I just don't put as much effort as everyone else does, because I have more in my life going on. Well, not that I have more in my life, more like, I'd rather concentrate on family. I spent 10 years, maybe more than 10 years of my life taking care of my grandmother and helping her with things. I've always been the one carrying her bags. I've always been the one making sure she doesn't forget her purse or her cane or her card. I've always been right next to her. I've always made sure that she doesn't forget her stuff, that if she doesn't want to go too far, I go and pick it up for her with her card. Now, sometimes she'll say, and if you want something while you're there, go get it. And I usually don't pick up anything too big or too expensive or too major. But if I see something I want, yes. And I do thank her for it. So, and also I'll still buy her birthday presents, Christmas presents, make her things, make her just different things that she's taught me. So there are certain kinds of recipes that I'm trying to get her to teach me, but we haven't had the time. And today they're on their way from Ontario because my dad had to retake his driver's license, retake his test to get his driver's license, because he's in his 80s now. 80s, 90s. Yeah, and he still drives. All what he needs is glasses. That's it. He can get into the truck, he can turn the key, he can remember where he goes, he can remember what he's got to get, unless he writes it down. He's always got, he pays for gas, he pays to fix things, he pays for vehicles. He is the best driver I know. He even told me how he learned to drive the first time. His first lesson was he had to go was the guy was just sitting there like, okay, take me up the hill. Drive up, stop, okay, park right here, park this way. And, well, actually it was more like, you got the two cars, you would have the two cars there, but he's like, just parallel park, and it's like, sort of thing. And then he goes, okay, take me down the hill. Take me back down. So we, showed him, turned around, and went back down. Just in the different kind of way. So took him back down the hill, and it's like, okay, you passed. Click. If only it were that easy. Now we have street lights, signs, and they're like, okay, what does that sign mean? 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 And for some places there's various signs, like watch for pedestrians, drive slow, school ahead, yield, construction up ahead. That is most of the year. I mean, most of the year you will come across one or two areas with those signs. Construction up ahead. And sometimes it'll be followed by another sign saying when the street is going to go from paved to gravel, covered in rocks, which means you have to be careful because there's a break. It's just like going down like a kind of an edge. It's like sometimes they're easy to go through. It's easy to drive on that, and sometimes it's not so easy. When there's a whole bunch of potholes, it sucks. So just be careful if you're driving in our windy roads. Yeah. But I'm hoping that whoever's watching this, that you already know about it. I'm hoping that you already know how to drive that way. But if not, just saying, take care, because you never know. Sometimes the potholes are too deep. I mean, it's lost count of how many times I've actually thought I lost something come off the car because of them. Now, I also want to encourage whoever's watching this, try to find that, go look on my short story playlist. The new video will be on there. If you haven't seen them, you'll also see the other ones that have more than 100 views. So I'm also thinking of adding another one today, but I gotta fill it out and write it down. Right now I've got various parts and little parts here and there that I want to figure out if I should add them or not. That's one of the reasons why some of my stuff I don't finish, because I don't know if I want to point it out that way. It has been difficult. Yesterday was the worst day. I mean, we all have bad days. We all have those days where we just can't wait to get home and fall asleep, or put on the TV, or put on our music and just look at nothing. And some would rather go get a drink or get into a car and drive until there is nowhere to go, or until they feel like going back home because they're hungry. Or maybe after a bad day, they just eat. You eat, why not? Some food, there's a reason why it's called comfort food. I'm totally for that. I had chocolate. So I'm not condoning or judging at all. Believe me, I've been getting more bad days than I expected. I enjoy the fact that the more I'm going through this, it's like it's getting me, like, I'm being conditioned for the worst, where someone's actually gonna come in here and yell in my face, telling me the government is evil, the government is done this and that, and being all against me and saying, oh, you're native, you're a hypocrite, and it's gonna be coming into my face like, oh my god. Believe me, one of these days that will happen, and I'll be ready. I don't know what I'll say. All of what I am is just a receptionist. I just sit in the office, decorate it, babysit it, make sure it's, everything is in order, like there's enough paper, there's water, there's candy, there's, things are ready for whoever's coming in. I take down messages, I look at schedules, I make schedules, but only to show my boss like what's going on, events. If you haven't seen my other videos, just saying. That's part of what I do, basically. I'm not, believe me, I'm against animal cruelty, I'm against bullying, I am against a lot of authority. Hang on a second. The thing is, at some point I should probably make a video of saying how I'm gonna control the world. Be careful, watch out for me. Everyone's gonna wear masks from now on. Every day is gonna be Halloween from now on once I take over the world. The word racism will be banned for all eternity. If you start being racist, you are automatically put into prison. Sent to an abandoned island or something. Sent to an isolated island and left marooned there until further notice. I don't know what I would be like if I got into that kind of power. Oh god, just thinking about that, it sounds ridiculous. Like, can you imagine how many islands there are out there that no one is occupying right now, and all of a sudden they have like someone on there, stuck there. Cruise liner comes through there and picks them up and saying, why are you here? Well, I was sent to be marooned on this island because I'm being punished. Why? Because I called the black guy black. Leave him there. Throw him overboard. No, mister. Because to me, it's not about color. It's about heart and how you use it. It's about brains and how you use them. It's about whether or not you are enjoying the finer things in life. Education, books, movies, music. There's several different places in this world I know that don't get a whole lot of attention because no one actually really takes their time to find those kind of places. There are various places in Canada that also have lookout points with the most beautiful views that you could take a picture and be like, no way does that exist. I mean, a writer could look at that from that view and think of a great story. A painter would think, I would love to recreate that picture right there. Sculptor, maybe they liked how the water looked and was deciding to sculpt a person standing in the middle of a waterfall or something, and water just swirling around them, and seeing how the water's made or something. Or maybe fish, or a moose, because we have a lot of moose here. Bear. You can find a bear or two every year. Someone is getting closer to a black bear, but not too close. There's a lot more smart people here. I don't know. Well, maybe not, but and again, what people don't understand about bears is mostly they're hungry. And because they're so strong, they can take a hold of anything. It's the wolves that are territorial. They will rip you apart. And they come in packs, so that's even scarier. Moose will only chase after you until you go out and use their head, because they are strong. A lot of them will protect their young just as well as a human being would. I mean, if I had a kid that was being kidnapped, I would chase after that guy until I caught him, and then take my kid, put him aside, and then beat the crap out of him with my feet. Probably with my boots. I have a feeling I'm going to be one of those moms that's tough as nails. It's like, you really want to go up against me? It's like, 1, I have native blood in me. 2, I'm pale. Okay. 3, I have glasses. You really want to mess with me? And plus, I love Halloween. There are probably 100 ways I can make your death look like an accident. Hey, when you know your stuff. It's not that hard. Oh, and by the way, whoever's out there, congratulations on passing your tests, passing your exams. I'm glad you're doing well. Just in case. Just to let you know. And for those of you who are watching this, thank you so much for watching these videos of mine, because I know that I'm probably not as important, but I want to know that at least someone can relate, or someone is listening. I don't want to be negative anymore. I want to be as realistic and as positive as possible. So, thank you. I do appreciate it. Just the idea of someone watching, reading the stories, gives me some hope that maybe I'm gonna write my books. Maybe I should write them soon. You know, maybe the world is ready. But before I do that, I better introduce one character that is connected to the main character. I mean, my biggest character that has a whole bunch of stories added to her. So much added to her personality, to who she is, creating who she has become now. Yeah, I've been doing this for years, writing stories like this for years. The one I have right now, it's number 12. Sarah is currently the second youngest daughter of the richest owner of a major production studio. So I wasn't surprised at the extremities of her birthday party, or at her birthday party, I should say. Also, Sarah is also my baby sister's best friend, which is why Katie had her present ready and was ready to hand it to her just like that. Because it's a birthday, you know. Goes in, happy birthday, you know, completely excited, like, it's like, can't wait for you to open this. But then when she comes in, Sarah is eating cake, a piece of cake. And Kate will look like, it's like, ooh, cake, you know, and it's like, you want to try it? My grandma made it. and it's really good, you know. It's like, okay. Like, and don't worry, you won't need any sprinkles, you won't need any ice cream. It's that good. So, yeah, of course, Katie's gonna try it. And yeah, they ate it. Typical 5-year-old girls. The way 5-year-old girls would eat it. Anyway, well, typical 5-year-olds would eat cake. Just in case I wasn't too specific on what they were eating. Well, it's not like you would think, oh, they're eating steak. Oh, they're eating pie. Oh, they're eating ice cream, you mean? No, they're eating the cake without the ice cream. Because they don't need the ice cream. The cake is that good that you don't need ice cream. Okay? Confused yet? Oh, good. I'm glad you can keep up. Or, I'm glad that didn't confuse you. Because apparently I confuse some people. Okay. If you can't keep up, it's not my fault. But because Katie and Sarah have already been friends before, they go to the same school, Sarah knows exactly how Katie is. So, of course, they eat the ice cream, they eat the cake, and as soon as they're done, they decide, let me go show you this game, and, they're playing this game together, and it's like puppets, really. So they're just teaching her about, Rapunzel. The story of Rapunzel, let down your hair. It's like, well, what if Rapunzel wasn't waiting up in the tower anymore? What if she found a way of doing something else while she was waiting? Because you never know when Prince Charming is going to come up. I mean, it's not like they have phones. So she'd be smart enough to figure stuff out. Like, what if Rapunzel was a spy? Was a spy to capture all the wickedness and all the ones who are trying to destroy magic and everything that's good and sweet in this world. And Rapunzel would be one of them, or she would be like headquarters or something like that. Like as soon as she hears Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down thy hair. She'll be like, wait a minute, wait, shutting off the monitors all over the tower, just like shutting off the monitors. It's like, okay, it's like, in a minute, okay, ready, put on her hair. It would make for an interesting story. He comes up and all of a sudden he sees like a keyboard in front of him, like, Rapunzel, what is that? What is that contraption on your night table? It was a gift from Toads. It's a paperweight. Because they wouldn't really have that kind of thing in the Enchanted Forest, which is why it's funny. Oh yeah, I just gotta do something here. Putting in another password. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I see. I missed a letter. Try this again. Okay. And I just thought it would be nice for something like that because there's more to it with that one. Oh, in the present, it actually is like like those thin boxes you would get from certain boutiques if you bought like a scarf or a really nice blouse and a skirt. They would like put it neatly in there with the paper and that. I was thinking that if she already had that box, she would put paper in just like that, and also with a really nice I was thinking either a cape or a shiny jacket. Because I know when I was a kid, oh my gosh, there was a jacket I absolutely loved. And it was multicolored and everything. Oh my gosh. It had like a patch on the side and it just felt so cool. And 2 books. well, the in my stories I have the main character create write in a journal a whole bunch of short stories for Katie, because it's just one of the things that keeps them connected to each other, because Katie always has to hear stories. Always. I was kind of the same way as a kid, so that's why that has to be there. Okay, and I got another one. Another request, I mean. It only connects through, now it's to make sure that it's connected through 2 devices. Now being used. Okay, good. Just because I need it. I need it for both devices. I've been using it on both devices anyway. Anyway, Katie. Yeah, I just revealed one of the stories I wanted to write to introduce to the world. Katie is 5 years old. Loves stories. She loves words. It's one of the reasons why it's hard. It would take a very unique babysitter to keep up with her, because she'd be running like quicker than or at the speed of a roadrunner. The main character writing stories for that little girl, keeping them connected, because one way or another they are connected. I have a few other stories I've been thinking of writing up, and one specific one which actually does include that, but it also includes where she puts the finished journal of stories before she keeps on into another one. And sometimes it doesn't take her long to finish a story. Sometimes she finishes 1 per night, or 1 in 2 nights. Yeah, she does them at night. She doesn't give herself that much time to sleep. I mean, if you could do stuff like that, would you? Not a whole lot of artists I hear about, or that I know about, actually give themselves, a whole lot of time to sleep, unless they have nothing else to do except for their artwork, and that's their living. Fine. But my main character has a job. Well, she has more than one job. She's pretty busy. Oh, and I'm trying to show that in my stories, rich kids don't necessarily become spoiled brats. At least Sarah doesn't. You give her a trunk full of costumes and she'll love you forever. You give her a book of stories, she'll love you for eternity. I mean, this little girl wants to be an actress, or she loves pretending to be a whole bunch of different characters, from a cowboy to servant girl, milkmaid, a princess, Jane Austen girl, one of those girls from female characters from Jane Austen period, Victorian, just a whole bunch of different things, just because she can. I'll continue on later.